Check. All right, and we are live. Welcome everybody to the first live stream that I've had in a long time. And this one's a little bit special for me today because I have my wonderful blood sister of mine, Kelsey. Say hi.
Hi.
And today we are going to be discussing games that we've played a lot over the past several years and give our thoughts on them and talk about if they were remade or something like that. So if you want to say anything, sis, go ahead before we get started.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Paul. I'm Paul's sister Kelsey, and we played a lot of games over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And we're giving our thoughts about them today.
Perfect. All right, so let me pull up my share screen here. I'll pull this one up first. So we used to play Portal 2 a lot. Like on my Steam account right now, I have like 160 hours total. Probably more than that because we played it a lot. But we did play the first one. I think we played the first one a lot too. But this one was the one that stood out to us the most because of like story and the mechanics the mechanics of it, and the puzzles. That's what really stood out to both of us when we played this
Mm-hmm.
game. That's why we played it so much. You have
That's correct.
any thoughts on that, Seth?
Yeah, I would like to get some thoughts about it.
Mm-hmm.
So the first portal is basically the beginning of the story,
Mm-hmm.
where you meet GLaDOS,
Mm-hmm.
the female robot. Is that correct?
Yes. And here is it right here.
Mm-hmm. And to my surprise, the graphics came out amazing.
Yeah, they did. And I remember Steam, who's made by Valve. Valve was the one who made these games. They re-released Portal with RTX.
Mm-hmm.
Which made the graphics look even better. Because this game is so old. And this game came out. When did this game come out? This game came out 2007, so it's almost 20 years old.
That's correct.
And I
And
believe
what
the
I'm
second,
playing right now on my Switch, I bought the Portal Companion Collection.
which means you have both.
Yes, that means it's both games in one collection.
Hmm. And the second one came out 4 years later. So four
Mm-hmm.
years apart, to be able to do both, to be able to do two games at once is kind of crazy if you think about it.
I agree.
Because if you want if the thing is with these games that have come out a lot is that you need to have you want a starting game, and
Mm-hmm.
then let's say if people really like it, then you make the second game like they did with this game. This is the
Correct.
sequel after the first game,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't want us to give any spoilers because I don't know if anybody's played them, but this game is by far this game will always sit in our memories of as one of the best games we played along with the first one. Like I didn't play the first one that much. I know you did. You played that a lot more than I did.
That's correct.
And I played the second one a lot more because of its of the multiplayer.
That's correct. It has a co-op mode.
Hmm. Which I don't think the first one had.
No, the first one didn't have that.
Yeah, and there's also custom maps that the community has made that you can also play as well, which is also really nice in this one.
Mm-hmm. And the
Like
first one didn't have that.
first one did not have that. Like I played one that was what was it? Minecraft, 4-part Minecraft thing, and it was actually really, really well done. I
I
forget the person
agree.
who I forget the person who made it, but he did extremely well with it.
I agree.
So, but if they if they come out with a remaster of this, I just wonder like how they're gonna do GLaDOS and the two co-op robots, Wheatley and Peabody. No. Wheatley's the villain. Uh,
That's correct. In the
Atlas,
second game.
yeah, Atlas and Peabody. My bad.
Yes, those are the two robots.
Yeah, and the way it works is the host plays Atlas, which is the blue one, and then the person that joins plays Peabody, which is the orange one. So it's kind of like it's you get different benefits, but you basically it's like a work together kind of thing because every time you get to a different chamber, it gets harder.
That's correct. And we had difficulties with that.
We did, but I can't remember if we beat them all. I think we did. I just can't remember.
Yeah, and I think there was like a
Yeah, there
bonus zone
what?
chambers after.
Yeah, and I think those were. I think those were harder too. I don't remember. It's just been so long.
Yeah, I'm trying to look into that myself.
Yeah, that's like one of like the best. So I'd say this is one of the best games out of the two.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the first one is really good because it's just a story, but the way they did the second one was even better because you could um you can do co-op, you can do community maps. There's single player maps as well and co-op maps, which is something that I used to go into Portal whenever I wanted to just a little bit of free time. I just go into Portal 2, do some Minecraft, do the Minecraft maps, and then just call it. Because that's all I could do.
That's correct.
So, any more thoughts before we move on to the next one?
Let's see. If they have remastered this game,
Hmm.
like, I think the characters would be perfect.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, how would they, like, just think about it, like, how would they build them to not look like the original? Because the remastered means it's like better looks. So you just think about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean there.
Because I played a lot of remastered games in the past, and like besides this, and some of them looked really good, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these games that come out recently are remakes, which means they're actually completely. It's the same game, but the graphics are completely redone. They're just completely redone.
Like, how would Valve do that anyway?
Um, that's a good question. I don't know. Since these games are really old, it's I don't know if they would have the source code for it. They
I'm
probably
not sure
would.
either.
They probably would, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, on to the next game. So next up is Spyro. We played this a
Mm-hmm.
lot,
We
especially I think
sure
it was
did.
especially the second game. I think the second game is the shortest out of the three because of like how it's just really short. You know, it's three islands, three bosses. That's it,
That's really short.
and it's literally like no joke. When I got the trilogy, because we have the trilogy here. When I got the trilogy on PS4, the first game I 100% was the second one. Because we played that so much. I as soon as I loaded into the main menu, I immediately went to the second game. I'm not even joking.
Oh, wow.
And then I think I did 1 and 3, which you could do it out of order, out of ones you like, but if you want the full story, you'd want to do 1, 2, and 3 because
Yeah,
they're all interconnected.
and I'm working on the first one right now.
Yeah, you're working to 100% it like I did.
Yeah, but I'm playing it on the Switch.
Yeah, I've got all 3 on my PlayStation account. So, um yeah, it was actually pretty tough because like, you know, you could easily like miss a like a gem or a orb or whatever, you know, because they're like so hidden that you can't really see them. And just to show proof to everybody here that I have them, here it is right here on my PSN profiles account. I have all 3 Spyro games platinumed.
Oh, whoa.
They're all done.
Sweet.
That took a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see here on Spyro 2, I got this one. I spent 5 days. No joke. That was like the easiest one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did Year of the Dragon. That took me a year of on and off playing, which is
Mm-hmm.
fine. And then this one only took me 2 weeks.
Wow.
So I don't think I still have the game on my console, but I did really enjoy them because they really did very well with this remake. Because this is considered a remake because these three games, the originals, are super old. They're like
Correct.
like
And
the 1990s to 2000s. They're super old.
that's correct. I think the first game came out in 1998.
I believe so, yes. And the Reunited trilogy came out, what is that? 7 years ago. Almost 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely done really well, especially the first one with the dragons, because the
Mm-hmm.
dragons look so good.
They sure do.
And
Mm,
I would easily give this one a 10 out of 10.
me too.
It's literally my favorite game of all. And you see the developers, Toys for Bob, Insomniac, and Iron Galaxy. Of course, Insomniac because they own the IP.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
But they gave permission for Toys for Bob.
that's true. They gave him permission to work on it, and they nailed it. They nailed all three games. I'm not even
They
kidding.
sure did. They nailed all three. Like, the graphics are completely mind-blowing.
Absolutely, especially with what I really did like was how they did Ripto in the second game. He was
Mm-hmm.
extremely well done. The boss, I do remember that boss fight from the original game. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same in this game, but I think it was even tougher because it took me a little while to take him down. It took me like a
Oh,
couple of
I
attempts.
remember how tough he
I
was.
think it took me like 2 to 5 attempts to take him down.
I think in the original, I think he was a little bit tough.
Yeah, because he had like a you had to like break. He was on like a mount or whatever, and then like on the final phase, he was flying, and you had to like use the flying fireball power up,
Mm-hmm.
which is not terrible, but it's just so hard to aim because he's just flying so fast all over the place.
Mm-hmm. It's
That's what
hard to aim for that.
absolutely.
I'm not sure if in the remaster if it's that tough.
Actually, I think it is. It took me a little while actually. It's actually about the same because
Mm-hmm.
the progression's the same. You got it 100% every level, which is definitely what I did. Let me go to the second game here.
And let's see here. I remember this. In the first game, some of those flight levels are really tough.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Some of those, and what really got me in these games, you probably would agree, is these are all my trophies. I'm just scrolling through them here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I do remember in all three games, the race levels.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, those were infuriating.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Um, I remember in the third game, those skateboard levels are really challenging.
Oh yeah, those are like really annoying.
Yeah, like, and you had to, I remember in one of them, you had to like catch a certain animal.
Hmm.
Remember that?
Oh yeah. And then what they did in the remake is you remember Sparks, the little dragonfly that flies around
Mm-hmm. And
Spyro?
it flies around with you?
Yeah. Um in the original we weren't able to use him much.
Mm-hmm.
In the remake, there are a few levels where you get to use him and it's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, is it in the first one?
No, the third one.
Third one. Got it.
Because here, let me go over to my trophy list here. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see. I gotta find it. There's Buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I gotta find it here. Oh, right here. Spider Town as Sparks defeat the Spider King. So it's like a whole level that you have to traverse through, killing enemies without dying, and then you have to beat the boss to finish the level.
Holy moly! I think that's tough.
I really did enjoy that about the remake from the original because I don't think in the original you were able to use Sparks that much.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
Yeah. I really did like the trophy list actually for these games because there's like a bunch of like miscellaneous tasks like you see here. Where is it? Let's start to go back at the top here. Like Sunrise Spring, launch the transporter balloon. There's a bunch of like level specific trophies. They're not missable, thankfully. You can like if
Oh,
you
oh, hold on a minute.
okay,
Let's see.
here I'll just meet you.
Okay, hang on.
Sorry guys. Guess we'll be right back. Okay, so she'll be right back. Don't worry. She'll be back.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries. But anyway, any closing thoughts before we move on to the next game?
I gotta say, like, Toys for Bob did an amazing job with redoing the graphics, and
Mm-hmm.
Insomniac Games helped out, and
Mm-hmm.
the publisher is Activision, so they did a very good job.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, publishers Activision. They also work with Iron Galaxy, which I think they've done good work too. But yeah, when they released this, I was like, "There's no way." And then when I first launched it, I was like, "What in the heck?" I was just in utter shock
I was in
when I
shock too.
when I first launched it. Like I think I bought it like day one, and then I launched it immediately.
Oh, I was blown away.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the next game, which
Hmm.
one of our personal favorite trilogies, everybody's favorite, Crash Bandicoot.
Yes, let's
This game,
discuss it.
this game, these games, especially Crash 4. I have finished Crash 4. Um, and Team Racing, which I will pull up here. Team Racing is part of it. So, um, so in terms of the first game, let me pull up my trophy list here. Like, so as you can see, I have all four of three original games and Nitro Fueled remastered platinumed. But I'm still working on um four. It's about time. It is extremely grindy, but it's a
Hmm.
good story. It is a good story. It's a new take on it. You get to do wall running. You get different masks where you get to do a spin and a double jump. You get a mask where you get to pause time,
Hmm.
and then there's another new mask where you can like certain object is blue. You have to once you activate the ability, it changes it, but you have to move. So it's actually really complex game.
Hmm.
But eventually I will get the Crash 4 Platinum,
Hmm.
but not right now. It's just extremely grindy. I just have a ton more games to do, but I will go
Yeah.
back to it. But in terms of the original three games, Crash 1 was amazing, especially with all the boss fights. My favorite boss fight in this one is Ripper. Ripperoo,
Oh, Ripperoo, yeah.
the second boss you fight. I mean, Papu is good, but he's too easy.
Mm-hmm. And
He's like a tutorial boss.
yeah, I remember this. I remember the first boss. What was his name? Papu
Papu,
Papu.
Papu. Yes, he was the first boss that you fight on the first island,
Mm-hmm. Then
and
when you
he
get to the second island, after you beat the level, you get the Ripperoo.
yes, which that one is still somewhat easy, but he's my favorite boss fight, and it's also a toss up between that and what's his name? Um, what's that like strong guy with the red shirt? I forget his name. Uh,
He's like a koala. I
Koala
forgot his
Kong.
name. Koala
Koala Kong.
Kong.
Koala Kong. Yeah, he is actually my second favorite boss fight. I mean, Cortex is like easy as hell. Obviously, you fight him in every single game.
Yeah, but he's the final boss in the first game.
Well, he's actually the final boss in all three.
Yeah, he appears as the final boss, but in the first game, you have to throw these orbs, you have to spin these orbs back at him.
Yeah, it's kind of an easy fight, and then like in the second game, it got more complex with having to use a jetpack and fly through space and spin him 3 times to defeat him, and
Yeah, I
then
remember that.
in Crash 3, um, the Aku, Aku, and Runa Rua. I think that's the name. Of the evil mask. Runa.
But Uka Uka,
Uka
actually.
Uka. Yeah, they clash together, and then once the shield goes, you got to wait that out, and then when the shield goes down, you knock Cortex off, and then you have to throw him into the pit 3 times for the kill.
Yeah, that's really difficult.
And then Crash 3 was actually the first one that introduced power ups. Like
That's correct.
you got the tornado spin, which was kind of broken. Actually, no, I think it
Mm-hmm.
was the second one that did that. I think the second one did give you power ups because I remember it did give you in one. I think in towards the end it gave you the speed shoes because those speed shoes are actually really good. They're actually kind of OP if you use it correctly,
Yeah.
especially for the time trials because in Crash 2 you have to where is it right here you have to
Mm-hmm.
get 10 relics and 27 relics, which is all relics, gold or better. This is a grind. If you don't have the speed shoes, you're screwed.
You're right.
Oh, let me say it right
Uh,
here. Sorry. So 10 relics and 27 relics. And if you don't
oh
have
my.
those speed shoes, you are screwed.
Yeah, that's right. And for the remaster, they put time trials in all three games.
Well, yeah, and in the original they had that as well. All three original games had the time trials.
Oh, in the original, they didn't have that.
I thought that. Well, I know. I thought I saw in the second game because I saw a speed run of it. They had the second game. They had the time trials, like the
I think that was
relics.
the old version made by Naughty Dog. They didn't put
Yeah.
those in.
Okay. Yeah, but in all three of these games, they did put them in, and they were a grind, especially in the first one. Where was
Mm-hmm.
it? Um, one of my worst nightmare levels was Sunset Vista. I hated that level. That level was a nightmare to get through on it for the relic. It took me like when did I get this platinum? I got him in back in 2023, and it took me 4 years.
To get that one.
Ugh. It was
Oh
like,
my.
and it was the same day that I got Crash 2's platinum because I wanted to go back and do it. So I went back and breezed through those. I was like, oh, might as well go back and do Crash 1. So I was able to get it that same night, and I popped both platinums in one day.
Holy moly.
But I will say these remakes are actually really good, especially 3. That was really well done, especially with the level design
Mm-hmm.
and the boss fight design. That was really good.
Yeah, and I gotta say, like, the intro scene that they put into the remaster of the first game, that was not in the original.
Yeah. Oh, hi Sage. Sorry, I didn't see you. Sorry, Sage, I didn't see you. Sage is in the chat.
Or she is?
Yeah. How you doing, Sage? Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, but I really did enjoy this the remakes of the games, especially when they came to PS4. I just couldn't put them down as soon as I got them, except for these two.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to hear, Sage. Good to hear. So
And wishing, yeah. So those three games have really begun his story.
for sure, yeah,
Those three got his story so well.
yeah, for sure.
Would you agree on that?
Oh, absolutely. Sorry, I was typing to Sage in the chat. But anyway,
That's all right.
but yeah. So, any and oh shit. Do we have any closing thoughts before we move on to our next one? Like on
Um,
Crash Team Racing, the remake, or the Insane Trilogy?
the one thing I would like to say is that I would say that Beanox did an amazing job
Mm-hmm.
with remaking Crash Team Racing into like the Nitro Field edition.
Absolutely.
Like
Because
the
yeah,
graphics turned out amazing.
they did really well, and especially with the I don't know if you remember in the original, the boss cutscenes, they just showed up like right in front of their door. This time, they speed up to you, and then do their dialogue,
Yeah, I
and
realized that.
that was an amazing change. I really did enjoy that when going for this, but and um and of course I have the platinum, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the you have to beat all the bosses. You have to basically 100% the adventure mode, which isn't too bad. Not too bad of a grind. Um,
Yeah, but I gotta say those time trials are really a pain.
I mean, you see here, like I got both of these. You literally have to beat nitrous oxide's times, which are insanely fast for this trophy right here. Gas Moxie, and Slug. This
Mm-hmm.
was torture for me.
Holy moly.
But Brio or Troopy, his
Mm-hmm.
times are easy to beat. And then once you get the and there's you have to get the slide boosting the drift boosting down. Once you get that down, then you can start taking that to oxides and then follow his route because sometimes he gets that blue flame behind him for like so long. And that's the easy way, that's the quickest way to take him down. Because if you have that for most of the track, then you're going to beat his time like extremely quickly. But you have to know the track to get it.
Correct. And then I gotta say those CTR tokens, they're sometimes a pain to get.
Oh yeah, this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're actually well, it depends on the track because you really have to look for them, but once you collect them all, you have to finish it first. That's the tricky part about it. You have to find them and then get back in the race and finish first. And if you don't finish first and you have all three, you have to restart the track. That is a
Yeah, yeah, you have
nightmare.
to collect the letters first.
Exactly, that's what I mean. You have to collect the letters as you go through. Like on lap 1, you say you get all of them, you have to catch back up into first and win to get the token.
Yeah, I remember in one CTR token race, what do I remember? It was like Seward Speedway.
Oh, that
Um,
was a nightmare.
yeah, like you have to go onto a speed pad to get one of them, and you have to like jump to catch it.
That's true. And then for the time trial, I remember this for the time trial. For Oxide, you know that like shortcut that like you go through once you go through the like the double and you get into this like you're in this tube area. There's that little shortcut up to the top right. Oxide takes that, and what if you can get it down, you have to take that shortcut for optimal time.
Oh my goodness, I think that's a pain to get up there.
Well, I was able to get it pretty consistently, and I was able to beat Oxide pretty quickly. So, because
I
it's
haven't
all
gotten to that point yet, but once I get there, I will let you know.
for sure. Yeah, but this is actually both games. Like all four of these games right here are really good.
Yeah, the
Especially,
remasters were really well done.
yeah, for sure. But it was for me, it was kind of a grind, mainly with the first three right here
Mm-hmm.
because of the relics. Like I was stuck on Sunset Vista on Crash 4 for almost 5 years, and then this one I think I had like 6 or 7 left, and they were like in like the third to fifth warp room, and it was just a pain to get through, especially with the speed shoes, because like there's just so many obstacles that you have to avoid to save time and get there quick enough.
Yeah,
But
like
these games,
that
these
could be a
games are really
pain.
good. Yeah, but the games are really good. They're
Mm-hmm.
especially the remaster. If you can get your hands on the remaster, oh, they're just so good.
Yeah, I recommend them.
Absolutely.
Would you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you like I said, if you can get your hands on them, I would highly recommend you jump in because it is the best the best group of remakes, especially with the
Thank
Spyro
you.
trilogy.
Hmm.
Especially with the Spyro trilogy, it's really good.
Yeah, very well done, and we would totally recommend them to anyone who is a
Uh,
gamer.
absolutely. Now, our next two are from Elder Scrolls. First one, Oblivion. This is the remaster. We have photos of this and the remaster because they shadow dropped a remaster. But I will say the remaster is actually really well done. I've completed the first two story missions, and it is so much. It is so good so far.
Yeah, I haven't gotten back into it yet, but I have discovered on the Nintendo eShop that Skyrim's on there.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll drop Oblivion. They might drop the remaster because this is the remastered version. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I will say the thumbnail looks really good. If you can see the thumbnail right here, it looks so good.
Well, that does.
And this is on the title screen of the remake as well. Because let me see if I can find a photo of the starting screen. Because this is what it looked like in the original right here. This is what it
Mm-hmm.
looked like. Whoops. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
this is what it looked like in the original, and this is what it looks like now with the remaster.
Whoa.
It looks really good.
It sure does.
Let me see if I can pull up the menu. Okay, here's the menu. Here's the menu. This is what the old menu used to look like. This
Mm-hmm.
is the new. This is the new menu.
Whoa.
So you have this, and then down here you have continue. If you have a save file going, new game, load game, options, and that's it on console. But on PC, you would have. I think it's on PC. I think it's on Xbox as well. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because I remember that old menu.
yeah, it's actually really good. But they changed a lot about it in the remaster because you know how when you hit PC, because I used to play on PC, when you hit tab and go to the
Uh-huh.
like your menu, you would have to click like the health bar and stamina bar and magic bar to pull up your stats, and click your sword to pull up your inventory, your spells to pull up your spell inventory, and then the compass to pull up the map.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the remaster, when I hit options on because I'm on PlayStation, it brings up the menu and it shows character, inventory, map, all in that one section. And then the options on the far right makes you save the game. Has you save the game, load the game. It's so much better.
Oh, wow.
So they did really well with this one. I'm not gonna lie. And Skyrim, they did well too. Skyrim is an amazing game. This is another one of my This is another game along with Oblivion that I put too much time into. I put way too much time.
I remember playing it on PC through Steam.
Yeah, because our dad had it, and then I bought it.
Yeah.
So,
And yeah, I remember when I played it for my first time, you can like customize your characters in that game, and I think you
mhm.
could do the same in Oblivion.
Yes, at the very start, once you like get through like the intro cutscenes, you get to choose your race. You get to alter your character how you want, pick a name, and then you go into the game.
Yeah, but for Skyrim it's a bit different.
Yeah, like I said, we're not going into any spoilers, but we're just gonna try to keep it spoiler free, but yeah, Skyrim had a lot more customization options than uh, Oblivion did in the originals. And I think
Mm-hmm.
Skyrim still they dropped a special edition for PS5, and I think it's still the same. Like the customizations are still the same, and which is really nice. It's really nice actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, but either way, the Skyrim and Oblivion are games I put way too much time into, and I really wish I didn't, but I just couldn't put the games down.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of like when we played Portal. We didn't put those down.
No, we didn't put those down because they were just truly beloved to us.
Mm-hmm. And
Um,
with the Portal games, you have to get used to them.
exactly, and that can take a while depending on your playstyle.
That's correct.
So anyway, any more thoughts before we jump into our second to last set?
Well, what I would like to say, the developers of this Elder Scrolls series, they did an amazing job on it.
Hmm. Absolutely, Bethesda they did really well, and then when they shadow dropped the Oblivion remaster, I was like this.
Whoa!
I was just in shock. I was not ready for that.
Dang, I didn't know that they would remaster it.
I figured it would be coming because the game is like almost 20 years old. Yeah, it's almost 20 years old. The original is almost 20 years old. They hinted at it, but then they shadow dropped it, and then I bought it, and then I bought it like a week after it came out. The remastered
Mm-hmm.
came out, and I was like, no way.
Yeah, I would have been shocked.
Yeah. All right, we're getting towards the end here, but our next one up is our truly beloved Ratchet and Clank.
Yes, we
One
played
of
these games a lot.
especially where is it? Um, where is
Let's
it?
see.
Uh,
Uh,
well, this one would be the original, but this is like the
uh-huh.
remake, remastered in 2016. So
Correct.
we played this one. Where is it? This one and this
Mm.
one and this one. We played all four of those pretty much nonstop, especially four Deadlocked. That's like the first one that introduced co-op, and
Mm-hmm.
that made it extremely good, especially since in the if you're doing solo, you got two bots, but those bots are like inconsistent.
Correct. And I would have to say, Size Matters and Secret Agent Clank, those two were my favorite.
Yeah, Secret Agent Click was really good. I just didn't really play it as much because it didn't quite catch my attention. But when I watched you play it, I was like, this is actually really good. And
Mm-hmm.
then Size Matters is another one. I didn't really play that much either, but since it's on PS4 and PS5 now, I'm probably gonna start playing it again.
I
Like
agree with that.
Agent
And
Clank and Size Matters, and they came out a year apart as well.
yeah, and I gotta say, when they started coming out on the PlayStation 3, we
Hmm.
didn't get to those because
Uh
we didn't
huh.
have the console at the time when they came out.
Yeah, but when
But
I got my yeah
yeah, like we watched YouTube videos of them.
yeah the when I got my
And
PS4, I got this one,
mm-hmm.
and then PS5, and then I got this one. This is the most latest release.
Mm-hmm.
and it's
I
actually not
agree
that
with
bad.
that.
Even though some
Eh,
people were disappointed with it, but I really enjoyed it. It was actually
yeah,
really, really well done.
I agree. And the remake that came out in 2016 of the first game, I would say um Insomniac did an amazing job on it.
Oh yeah, because like I
And
said, they
actually
own the
that
IP.
remake that came out in 2016
Uh-huh.
is it was actually based on the movie,
Hmm. And I
which didn't do
think
that well.
it didn't do that well, but the game was it was really good, both the movie and the game.
I
So
agree.
even though it was like, even though like the if the 2016 release was like the same as like the original in 2005 when
Mm-hmm.
or I think it was 2005. No, I think it was 2002 because
Yeah,
Going
the
Commando
first
was,
game came out.
yeah, and then 2003 was Going Commando. Um, it was still really good. They just redid a bunch of things, but the story was still the same when I
Mm-hmm.
realized when I was going through it.
The story was still the same.
Hmm. But I
And
remember,
then
mhm.
mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I was gonna say when I platinumed uh, and here it is. I have the platinum here for the remake, and I have the original.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this was just PS3 streaming because I have PS Plus. One is it? Where is it? One of the craziest trophies was this one here, a bolt collector. There's a glitch for this
Mm-hmm.
where if you glitch out of bounds in the I forget the planet of it. I think it's Kerwan. No, 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 no. Metropolis, where the hoverboard race takes place.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember Metropolis.
there's a way to glitch out of bounds
Mm-hmm.
to get onto the track without using the hoverboard. And like there's like that big stack of crates.
Yeah, and then the big stack of crates that you smash into.
Yeah, so if you don't start the race and you do the out of bounds glitch, you can get to it and you can use that whatever that I forget that weapon. What was that weapon called? The one that makes a makes all those noises.
Um, I forgot the name of it.
Here, hold on. What was it? Uh oh, the taunter.
The taunter, yeah.
It was discovered that if you sit underneath where the big stick of crate is when you do the out of bounds,
Mm-hmm.
uh if you hold a timer down, those boxes will just infinitely respawn and you'll get infinite bolts.
Holy moly.
I'm not even kidding. It's a crazy glitch.
I like I never heard of that happening before.
Mm.
Like I never tried it.
It was actually found quite a few years ago by
Hmm.
some people in the speedrunning community,
Mm-hmm.
because people do speedrun these games. Um, it
We saw
was
a few speed runs of a few of them.
Yeah, it was discovered on the PS3. I think it was only on the PS3 version. It was discovered on the PS3 version
Mm-hmm.
that you can glitch out of bounds a certain way, right,
Mm-hmm.
without starting the race, and you would be able to get there without falling through an invisible barrier or whatever, hitting an invisible wall, um, and falling to your death. So
Oh my goodness.
and and the trick with this, because like I was streaming on doing PS3 streaming to get this platinum. If I'm idle for an hour without pressing anything on my controller, because I had my like a rubber band on like my circle button
Mm-hmm.
and just infinitely pressing the taunter.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't moving, and then I got kicked out after 20 minutes.
Holy moly.
And then that reset my progress. So I had to literally sit there and keep pressing the start button until I got the trophy. It was really annoying, but I did get it, and I was really happy with it.
That's good. And but I gotta say, Insomniac Games did an amazing job on this series when
They
they
did,
first started back in 2002.
absolutely. And another this is probably like last second, but I also really enjoyed the Sly Cooper games.
Okay.
These games are really good. You're playing basically a uh, master thief who's a raccoon,
Yeah,
and
I've heard about it.
it's actually really good. I've actually platinumed the first one twice, and
Whoa.
I have
Holy
the PS.
moly.
I got it on PS3, and then I have 2 and 3 on PS4, PS5 ready to platinum. I'm probably gonna do those next. Um, and the PS5 of Sly Cooper. It's very easy. You know, you're trying to like you're basically trying to pull off these heists to like bring back your family legacy. It's kind of like one of those things.
Yeah. Um,
But that was really
speak.
cool. I really did
I
enjoy that.
agree.
Oops.
I agree with that.
Hold on, I lost my screen.
Okay.
There we go.
Perfect. Okay.
But yeah. Um so but that's all I have to say on this one. Do you have any final thoughts before we move on to our final game and then we're calling it?
Okay. What I have to say is that Insomniac Games did an amazing job, especially when they teamed up with High Impact Games to make Size Matters and Sticker Agent Clank. All
Hmm.
those games came out really good.
Absolutely. And especially when I did play a little bit of Crack in Time.
Mm-hmm.
It actually looks really good. We saw what was his name, Feared Angel, play this one.
Mm-hmm.
He loved the game. So
Yeah, and he said in one of his videos that he said in one of his videos that the Doctor Nefarious fight at the end
mhm.
is really tough.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll if they were like remake this game, I would definitely get it and see how it is because I've never really played this that much, so I just want to like see what potential it has.
Yeah, and I think we saw a British YouTuber play a few of these games actually.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was a long time ago,
Yeah, but
but
that YouTube channel is no longer active.
yeah, it's no longer active. But anyway, guys, for this our final game for tonight is Minecraft. One of
Mm-hmm.
our another game we couldn't put down. We had just had so much fun with this.
Yeah, and we played it with our dad.
Yes. And I used to play a lot with my middle school computer teacher. He had his own world that him and his daughter set up, and it was just gorgeous. And speaking of that, I actually have the platinum for Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
Took me a long time. Don't judge me.
Yeah, I will judge.
I'm saying it to the viewers. Like don't
Okay.
judge me. I took me a while to platinum it. Don't judge me. I have a bunch of games to play. Viewers. Just don't flame me, please.
Mm-hmm.
But Minecraft is like one of those games that like really did very well. I used to play a lot of multiplayer. Um, we did create our own worlds. We had some worlds going, but they have done a lot with this over the years, and my gosh, has it been very good.
Oh, and I gotta say, like, we were really surprised when they were making a movie about it.
Yes, and the movie actually did really well. It exploded actually.
Yeah, like Warner Bros. Knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they actually like did it correctly, even though some people didn't really like it. I was nervous about it when I first heard about it because I didn't think it was
Me
gonna do well.
too.
I was really nervous about it. I didn't think it was gonna do well. Um, which is blew my mind away. And by the way, here's the numbers.
Whoa! Holy moly!
Did almost a billion. Not
Almost a
surprising.
billion dollars.
Not surprising. Especially
Oh,
the budget was only 150 million.
uh-huh.
Definitely broke even and got a little bit of profit. Got a little bit extra in the process.
Yeah, and I heard that Warner Bros. Is making a sequel as we speak.
That's actually really good. I'll have to watch this at some point. But
Yeah, you should. I'm not sure if it's still in theaters right now.
I don't know actually. If it comes to streaming, I'll watch it because I didn't get to go watch it in the theaters. But if it comes to streaming, I'll watch it.
Yeah, just keep me updated about it.
Yeah. But anyway, Minecraft when it first released, like we didn't start at as far as I know, we didn't start playing until like they like because I think it was in early access, and then like a year or two later, it came out of early access, and then I think that's when we started playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it still had a lot to work through, but over the years, it's just become really good, especially on console. Well, since I played it on console, it actually came out really well on console.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a friend of mine who has a very nice world. He's built a lot in his world. He's basically got all the mobs captured. I'm not even kidding. He has them in a cage in his base, and I've helped him with a few of them. Um, but there's just so much potential. There's just like so much you can do in Minecraft. It'll just keep you hooked.
I agree. And I saw some YouTubers playing
Mhm.
this game, and I didn't know you could do this, but you can actually create your own role plays.
That is true. You sure can. It takes a lot of work to do that, but they're actually really
And
cool if you do so.
yeah, you can even change the skins as well.
Yeah, you can put like custom skins, and I also know that you can. I also learned this recent or a while back that you can pay to just have your own server. You can pay like a monthly fee for your own server,
That's true.
which I do. I did have a few former coworker of mine that had a Realm server. I wasn't able to get onto. I didn't feel like getting onto it, but it was actually really cool to see somebody actually having a Realm server.
You were surprised by that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and there was actually this Steam game that's what's it called? It's called Minecraft Storyline, I think.
Oh, Minecraft Story Mode.
Minecraft Story Mode, yes.
Yeah, that game actually is actually really good. Actually,
Yeah, Minecraft
um,
Story Mode, yeah. And I think I remember you and I playing it.
yeah, this one right here.
Yeah, Minecraft Story Mode.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Telltale games, but I like playing The Walking Dead with Telltale games. It's kind of like this, where your choices affect
It
the
affected it affects how you played.
it affects the story and the ending. Yeah,
Correct.
and then at
And
the
there
end,
was 2 seasons of it.
there were 2 seasons. Yeah, and I love how at the end you have two when you get the two choices, whatever you chose when you get to the end of the episode, um, it shows you what you did and what other people did. They did that in the Walking, excuse me, they did that in the Walking Dead, and
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy that with this one.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but um, but that's pretty much all the games that we've been up to. I did want to mention one game that I am currently up with right now. Let me pull it up here. I am working on Trackmania. I am currently working on. Well, want to say this now. I am currently working on Trackmania Turbo. This is a very difficult game, and I'm going for the platinum.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's a 9 out of 10 difficulty, which is 1% one lower than 10 out of 10, which is pretty good. I've got all these, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
working on the campaign. I have to get gold medals on every single track, which is 200 tracks. I've gotten almost 60. I've gotten 60 of them so far out of 200, so doing well.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, 50 trackmaster medals. This one's going to be a grind. I've only got like 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this is what I'm working on right now, and this will be platinum number 70 when I eventually get get to that point.
Correct.
So anyway, here's my stats up here. 69 platinums, nice. But when I get Trackmania, I will be at 70 platinums, and I'm hoping to get this before October. But
That's
um,
good.
but yeah, that's pretty much everything. Any closing thoughts there, Sissy, before we shut off for tonight?
Well, what I want to say is that all these games that we have played throughout the years,
Uh-huh.
all of them have been really good, and like at least two of them have been made into movies.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna scroll through them
And
here. So.
and I would be really surprised if they
Mm-hmm.
would. I would be really surprised if they do more video game movies.
Mm-hmm.
I would be
I w-
surprised by it.
I wouldn't be surprised either. But
Because these games have done so good.
absolutely. And well, Minecraft Story Mode didn't really sell that well. It got delisted, which
I heard
sucks.
about it.
Which sucks because I can't even get the platinum for it now. They delisted season 2, so sucks. But but
Alright.
we're about to be done here. We're about to be done. Alrighty.
Sorry
But
about that.
you're good. But we were actually about to call it here. But any more closing thoughts, Ceci, before we wrap it up?
I gotta say, we played these games and I think they came out really good.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with their actually playing stairs, but the Insomniac Games did a really good job on.
Mm-hmm. Especially Spyro and the Crash games.
Yeah, all those came out amazing over the years,
Oh
and especially
yes,
the remasters are amazing.
yes they are. Well, that is going to be it for us tonight, everybody. Appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you, Sissy, for agreeing to do this with me. We'll have to do this again, but this was an excellent discussion today. I really
I
appreciate it.
agree. Mm-hmm.
But anyways, guys, feel free to subscribe to my channel and like and share as well. And we will see you on the next stream. Take it easy, everybody.